Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Today we're going to take a look at Rise of the Dragonian Era. So, as you can see, we're already logged in. We've got one server. The server status is busy. Let's jump in, take a look at the game, go through the character creation process and all that good stuff. So let's connect and we're logging in. Now I can tell you when the game first was out in alpha and closed beta testing, there were some issues with the download and logging in process and all of that. Thankfully, they have corrected all of that, so you don't have to go through the web launcher and all of that crap. They've made it much easier. You just download the game. There's a client sitting right on your desktop or wherever you decide to house it. And so that issue is completely gone. So for those of you that may have heard about that or read about it, be thankful, because I personally know what it was like to jump through all those hoops to try and just get the game launched. It was a royal pain in the ass. So as you can see, I have a level 3 warrior that I played with a little bit, kind of get an idea of the game. Only level 3 because the game does have a little bit slower pace, but that's also because it doesn't have as high, in the hundreds of a level cap. So we're going to go ahead and create new, go through the process. Now, I cannot select the alternative alliance because I do already have one character in the Furion alliance. There are 2 alliances, and that really comes into play mainly because there's heavy realm versus realm or region versus region PvP action going on. So there's a main reason why you can't do that, and then on top of that, you only have access to certain races when you're obviously on certain alliance sides. So I'm only going to have access to these 3, which are the Halfkin, the Azra, and the Shetty. Now, as you can see, as I'm going through each of these, different classes make themselves available. So you do have 4 classes on each side, and it doesn't matter whether you're which alliance you basically are. You essentially have access to the same classes. So you can either be a warrior, you can be a rogue, you can be a cleric, or you can be a mage. Let me get that up, and there you go, there's my mage. And once you get to level 10, you're able to specialize these character classes down a little bit further. There's 2 specialization options, and then there's skills and all that good stuff that goes along with that, which is really kind of a cool feature that it has such a complex system when it gets into the classes and the skill system and all that. But I'm going to play a mage, so I believe I can only be a Halfkin, so I'm going to be a Halfkin. I'm going to go with female, so you guys know what name I'm going to choose. There we go. Basically, usable weapons are a wand and an orb, and then, of course, we have magic as our primary weapon. So let's go next. We get in there and start doing our character creation. So as you can see, we do kind of have a bunch of different shades we can go with on the skin color, hair color. We've got a bunch of different colors we can go with. Let's actually go with let's go with the darker purple, and that shade of goes pretty good. So let's see how many face types we have. A, B, C. We've got about 5 all the way to E. So we'll go with we'll go with that one right there. Face style. This has got a little bit of things underneath the eyes. So you can see a few things are changing here and there. So, and then we've got hairstyle, and we can rotate her around so we can actually see the hairstyles. Once again, we've got 5 of these as well. So which one are we going to pick? Let's turn it back around a little bit. Not that one. Maybe that one. Yeah, we'll go with C actually. So then we're going to go and look at the costumes. And pretty much it just changes the shade of what I'm already wearing. So not too in-depth as far as the actual character creation and customization here, but enough to where, you've got a few different options to where you don't look like every other Halfkin mage running around. So let's go ahead and go next. And here's where, okay, so it looks like we do have some more details. So we can randomize this a bunch and get some crazy stuff going as far as the face is concerned. And we've got all kinds of things for ear size, chin size, mouth detail, all that different stuff. Let's randomize it a couple more times. It doesn't do too much. Get a little squinty with the eyes, a little devious look at her. So let's go next, and then we probably got body stuff. We do. So we can randomize this a bunch. Let's go there, and let's go there. Waist size, make it real small, and that's pretty funny. So we've got chest size and shoulder size. We'll give her kind of that hourglass look. So hip width, we'll go wide with that, and let's go with a really tall. Let's go with a really tall Halfkin. So let's go next, and then there we go. We've got our name. So really nice and simple. And let's create our character. Voila! So we have our level 1 mage. Let's get into the game. We've spent enough time in the character creation, so let's jump in here. Now, some of the really cool features that go along with this game, and you know, the game has Dragonian Empire or Era right in the title, and so you're going to have the ability to ride dragons, of course. But then also on top of riding dragons, you're going to have mounted combat on top of those dragons. So you're going to have combat up in the air, flying around, throwing fireballs and all that stuff at each other. So we've got kind of a little bit of a cutscene. Do we have a voiceover? We do. I turned a lot of the music down and a lot of the sounds down so you guys could actually hear me. We're going to skip by all this stuff. So it looks like I was kind of dreaming all that. But there we go. We're in the game and we're in our little starting area. Let's see. Let's bring up the map real quick. It looks like, yep, it looks like we all start because my other character started here as well. So it looks like we all start in the same area. Let's turn in this first quest and move on to, we've got another quest right there. So it's telling us acquire this next skill purchased from the special instructor. Come on, bring it up. So you do have some voice acting, which is really funny because she'll talk to me in whatever language that's supposed to be. But then when I turn in a quest, it'll be like, great or good job. So it's kind of funny that it's like, oh, we've got this special language, but then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, I know how to speak English. Here you go. Great. Good job. So being on my own, saved my life, blah, blah, blah. We're going to power through these. But as you can see, you've got a lot of dialect, a lot of storyline stuff going on here, which is kind of cool. So if you want to really get into all of that, it's there for you. One thing I can say is that the graphical style and kind of the game, the basics of the gameplay, looking around, stuff like that, really reminds me of a couple of different games. One is Sun, and the other one is Ica, which from G Potato. Definitely kind of that style, that feel when I was running around and stuff like that. So we're gonna go ahead and bust through these quests, return to the inn, and that's gonna head us off in the right direction, I believe. Let's bring up the map. Yep, there we go. But it's cool. You can see on the map, you can see this is where the fruits that she wants me to get. As you can see, I've got to pick up 3 raspberries, and then here's my turn-ins, and you can see I've got another little exclamation point where I can get another quest way over here. It's actually not that far. We're going to take off running. Do we have any skills yet? We have Flame of Fury, which are already assigned to our hotkeys. You can see fire damage 95 to 1 target. We've got Curse of Agony, which is dark damage 141 to 1 target. And that's all we've got. We've got a bunch of different actions and stuff like that. But that stuff is not really stuff I'm going to worry too much about because I'm not really going to be needing my weapons or any of that because I'm pretty much going to be bombing on things with magic. But you can see these cool floating pieces of the world up there. You can see some dragons running around. So, and here's another character. One thing I can tell you is running around, I did notice that there were quite a few different other characters running around and stuff like that, which is kind of cool to see that I'm not the only person running around a game world. So basically we're going to pick up these raspberries for our quest. There's one, some little rabbits running around. Let's pick up this one. And the game does have a fully fledged crafting system. You'll be able to choose from one of a few different professions, and then once you choose that profession, you're going to be able to start, you know, whether it's metalworking, you're going to be able to start picking up copper ore and stuff like that, or herbalism and all of that good jazz. So we've got all of our stuff. Now we're off to this new town. But you can see the environments are really lush. I mean, these trees look really good. But I mean, if you, like I said, if you're used to those other 2 games I mentioned, Sun or Ica, you can really see a lot of the stuff going on here. And what do we have here? Oh, we can start gathering right away from the apple tree. Now, one other thing that I really did like was if we bring up our inventory, and I mentioned this before in other reviews, and this is just something that I really, really favor, and I'm glad that they did it. You can see I've got my normal inventory, then I've got my quest inventory, then I've got my mount inventory, and then I've got my cash inventory. Now, it always makes me very, very happy when I see that, because I hate when bags get just jumbled up with quest stuff, and then you're not able to gather the other things that you need or pick up the other items that you need and stuff like that. As you can see, we were getting this cool little cutscene again, kind of more dreamy type sequences. I'm going to skip through this, but you guys can watch it. It's really kind of cool to see all these and see the effort that they put into putting these into the game, giving you a lot of storyline and stuff like that. If I can skip it. There we go. I was able to skip it. But like I said, it's really cool to see that much effort put into these games and stuff like that. But like we said, the inventory right there, really cool. We could bring up our character sheet. As you can see, I've got a couple different bags here, and I can open up these other ones. We've got an automatic sort, and then we've got our mounts and dragons. And you can see there, you can also take and equip your mounts and dragons, which is really cool to see that. So we've got our crafting, so we've got mining and harvesting and fishing, and then we've got crafting, none selected. Like I said, you're going to take, and later on you're going to be able to pick up whatever skill you want. Then you've got different fame, and as you can see, battle statistics. This is all from the PvP aspect of the game, whether it be the larger, big region versus region type combats, or realm versus realm alliance, for whatever you want to call it, or your individual PvP stats. Then you've also got full pet system, and you can see they'll level up with you and gain additional statistics and all of that. So you can see they went away from the normal exclamation point, and it's a blue little funky looking exclamation point. But let's go ahead and talk to her. So the game does have socketing, so I'm going to get an item right now to socket. You guys can read all this stuff later and pick up whichever socket you want to use. Let's see here. Looks like maybe my game froze. Oh no! Alright, the game tried to freeze on me, but I think I had to stop recording real quick and let it kind of figure itself out. So as you can see, like I was saying, they have sockets. So you've got a bunch of different sockets here. And it's cool because you can see at the bottom we've got recommended classes. So I'm going to go with this intelligence one because it'll probably help me to do additional damage. So let's go to this guy. Nope, that's a player. So let's kind of get around this guy. There we go. Enhancement Master. So you can also enhance all your items. And you can see, you know, like it says, maximizing your equipment's potential. Let's kind of power through all of this. And lastly, the money fee for enhancement differs depending on what the item is. And we're going to get a spell scroll from her. And there we go. There's our little spell scroll. So let's receive that and move on with our day. So we've got a couple quests we can pick up as... Oh, there's another one here. And actually, returning to the end. There we go. We're turning this one in. So easy. Thank you so much. And so we're getting a return stone, which is kind of cool. You can see it's limited, but allow you to return back to the place that you've actually... I want to save my point. So there we go. Save to there. You set this location as your return point. So just like any Hearthstone or any other stone from a lot of different games. So let's go ahead and get some quests to start killing some stuff. Let's pick these up real quick. But it's kind of cool. You know, I did say busy, and we're seeing a lot of people running around the game right now. So it's kind of nice to see that. So we got to go take out some flower pollens. And let's go talk to... There's the rogue instructor. Where's the mage instructor? Over here? Nope, that's the other one. I think it's inside. I think it's right around this corner. And there he is. So I want to learn some skills. Yes. Oh, but I'm broke. I'm too broke. I can't buy new skills. Alright, so I'm going to have to talk to these guys and start heading outside and killing some stuff, getting some gear, and... Let's get through these as quickly as possible. No, give me some money.
Nothing.
See, like I said, right there. He used some random crazy language, and then all of a sudden he says nothing. So pretty funny to see all that. There we go. There's a little bit of money. Not too much. All right, we need a better weapon. So beginner's wand. I want the orb or the staff. Nope, the staff is for the cleric. So I guess I'm going to have to take the orb. So let's take that. I can't even use it yet. So, but we're going to go ahead and start wailing away on these training dummies. Start using some of our magic. Here we go. So it looks like we've got this spell is, there we go, yep, is a dot, and then we've got a direct damage, kind of like a little fire strike or something, you know, whatever you want to call it. They call it Flame of Fury. So basically we're gonna throw our dot on the training dummy or monster later on, and then we'll start wailing away with a little flame strike here. So one more and he should go down, or I can just walk away and let him die from the dot. So there we go. Let's turn in this quest. But you can see some of the other characters, and this guy's obviously a warrior with his shield and his sword. We've got another halfkin mage, and another mage there. Oh, and another warrior just popped up. So let's turn these in. Let's get outside. I want to show you guys where you actually pick up your... where you actually will pick up...
The reign of the Azrai will soon arrive.
Yes, yes, yes. Turn that in. Let's go. We're out of here. Let me show you where you're actually going to... Oh, and there's a mount. That guy's riding around a little ram. Pretty cool. He's already on a mount. He's only level 12. But like I said, the actual processing or the pace so to say, of the experience is a little bit slow. Like I'm only level 2. Actually, I'm level 3 already, so I got there much faster than I thought. So maybe that was just with the other character, because this character seems to level pretty quick. So let's go ahead and change out our weapon. You can do that just by right-clicking. We can also assign a bunch of these down here to our hotkeys. The usual stuff as far as an MMO is concerned. Probably the biggest thing that you're going to find is that, if you really want the dragon combat and stuff like that. Also, it's got a pretty complex skill system. There's other games out there that have complex skill systems as well, so I wouldn't say it's anything revolutionary, but it's kind of neat to, get up to level 10 and then be able to specialize down. And later on, they've already talked about having castle sieges where players can conquer and then seize castles located all over the continent. And then they're also talking about having this Diablo system, which they spelled it different, DEABLO, which essentially when you take and your alliance has a castle of their own, that the monsters will actually gather together and try to lay siege to your castle, which I think is kind of cool. I mean, everybody, you always have the typical, right? You have the typical PvP aspect of that, but there are very few games have an actual PvE aspect of that. So if that's something that you really think would be cool, definitely worth it to start your character now, start leveling up and get in the process. So here we go. We're at the different craft skills. I am obviously a mage, so I'm probably going to want to pick either jewel crafting or the alchemy. So it enables you to process gems and mystic ores. As you know, gems are rare, yet they're used for many different purposes. I'm actually going to take alchemy and take my craftsman introduction letter. Okay, next. Let's get through all this. And alchemy takes a lot to master. Yep, I get it. I'm going to basically make potions and all of that shit. So get me through there. So it's funny because even though I just wanted to get through alchemy, it gives me the opportunity to pick up whichever one of these that I want. And so there we go. I want alchemy. So let's go into our inventory. Where is that thing? So there it is. And I thought we just right-clicked it. Anyways, let's just move on. Let's get outside. Let's start fighting stuff. We spent so much time running around. Let's get outside and start fighting stuff. We got all kinds of stuff to fight. So we've got organs to get. We've got leather to get. We've got wild boar rough leather. And we've got these flower shells. So let's go ahead and throw our dot on this guy and then start wailing away with our Flame of Fury. So like I said, it's pretty cool because I could just walk away and let him die from the dot. But as you can see, oh, there we go. We're already getting some yellow items, some powerful items. Mana point regen +2. I'm sure that a rogue really needs that. But that is one thing that I actually noticed, so I should close my mouth and not say that, because even my warrior, everything basically uses mana. So all of his skills use mana. He didn't have like a rage or anything like that. He basically just had mana. So everybody uses mana, so it's probably very advantageous. Now that's one thing that I didn't notice before, because I obviously wasn't using a ranged character, is I can target the monster and then cast a spell and I'll run into range. So that's kind of a nice little feature, something I definitely commend them on putting into the game, because it always sucks when you're just like, all right, I want to get into range, but I have to tap. So instead, you basically just target the monster and then start casting away, and your character will run into range. As long as, I'm guessing, because as long as it's a ranged spell, because I used one of my warrior skills kind of in a similar fashion. Because it was an area of effect, he basically just cast it at that time, and so he attacked nobody that was around him. But you can see already a little variety in monsters. We've got these little flower pollens. We've got these boars that we're taking out. Now we can also take and we can kind of run around this little corner over here and head over to kind of where that little dragon thing is. And there's a little village there, and you have to go there for a later quest. And it is actually a like a little instanced area. So but it's kind of a little more open world instance, I guess you could say, because when I got in there were a ton of other players in there hanging out and killing monsters, trying to complete quests. And there was a little, basically a little boss there as well. So kind of, I'm not sure if they're going to have fully instance dungeons, but it looks like they've got kind of a little bit of an instance system. And it looks like that guy stole my kill, bastard. All right, well, we're going to get away from you because I need red boars now. So start firing away. But as you can see, I mean, they keep the interface is really super clean. I mean, you got your chat over there to the left. You've got everything going on down here. You've got some a powerful spell. You can, different powerful spells that you can register and drop in here. You've got your standard hotkeys here, and obviously down here you've got your experience bar, and then everything else is very clean. I mean, you've just got these events, which there's different events going on all the time. Like right now, there's Roll the Orb of Luck, Daily Attendance, Level Up, Take Your Reward, all this different stuff. So the game is really rewarding players for playing. So like attending every day. At this one, you'll basically get dragon coins automatically added in your inventory every 30 minutes. Every time you level up, or like you see here, level 5, you're going to get this achievement box, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35, which is super premium for 5 days, which is kind of cool. They give you a little bit of account time. Then you've got not only your regular map, but you can also bring up, where's the world map? I thought there was a world map. I could have swore there was a world map. Maybe I'm smoking crack. Who knows? And then you've got your quest log, which quest log is actually, in my mind, it looks pretty good. Let me bring that up real quick. Bring up the quest log. I really like the way this is kind of laid out. Kind of the book style. Reminds me a lot of Lord of the Rings Online, but very clean, very organized. You can see exactly what the items are that you're going to need in your quest. Then you've got sub-quest options, collect armor materials, repair armor. Then you've got zone quests, and all that good jazz. So really neat to see all that. Then you've got your region wars, and you can see right now the queue status, there's nothing going on. We can go ahead and close that. You've got your basic messengers, so you can messenger with your friends or ignore, all that good jazz. Channels, filtering, zoom in and out of your little map here, and all that good jazz. So let's go ahead and let's kill some more of these guys, complete some of these quests before I have to take off. Now, one thing you notice, I am leveling up, but I'm not actually getting any skill points to assign. It looks like it's automatically assigning those based upon my class, and when I level up, it just goes ahead and does it on its own. Am I getting attacked still? No. So let's go ahead and get this guy right there. But I'm really anxious to get my first mount and be able to ride around. Like I said, you saw that guy running around on his little ram. I thought that was pretty cool. Let's go ahead and do this. But you can see it's really nice as well for the quests and stuff like that, as I'm not having to actually pick up any quest items. If the monster actually drops an item that is part of my questing, then it goes ahead and automatically drops that for me. So let's loot that. Well, we've got a couple more things to actually do, some more wild boar leather and some more organs, but I'm going to go ahead and call it. You can see the detail on these boars. Even though they're still boars, they look a lot different. They kind of look like zombie boars. But I'm going to call it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. And don't forget to like and comment on this video and tell us anything that you did like, anything we missed, and all that good stuff. If you'd like to play or learn more about Road or Rise of the Dragonian Era, you can read our full review at MMODen.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.